Welcome to the Core 2 Calling All Marriages podcast
All right.
with my sweetie boo.
Hey, y'all. What's going on today? Got an interesting topic for y'all today.
Very interesting. We're going to switch it up with y'all. Talk about that double bind, them questions that you cannot answer. Don't know how to answer. Don't know where them questions came from.
All right. Yep. It's like you got two opposite ends of the spectrum. I call them mixed messages. Stop sending those out, y'all.
Hey, welcome back. Are you ready, boo? Hey, we
I
had to
think
bring
so.
paper on this one, didn't we?
Yeah, it's like, this is, yep. This is a deep subject right here, but
A
we
subject
got
that
it.
I'm
We got
sorry.
it.
Yeah, a subject that we all go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna switch it up with the answers today, right?
Yeah.
Do you love me? Do you care? 7 to 1. So we're gonna switch it up with that. And we're gonna
Okay.
start off with our first question that we hear that's what we call in psychology a double bind. And you call it
I call it a mixed message because those mixed messages leave you all confused. My kids used to say confused. And
all
yeah, we ain't
right.
trying to be confused today, right?
So here's the first one, because we're going to try to get through 10 of them. Here's the first one. Do you really love me? Or are you just saying that?
Now, why would I just be saying, do I really love you? But the healthy response would be, I love you deeply. I want to keep showing it through my actions, not just words. Can you share what makes you feel most loved so I can be intentional?
And we always tell everyone this healthy response is identifying and being descriptive, IDing the problem. Instead of saying, because in our head we're saying, I bring my check home every day. I'm here with you. But that's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough. And when people are asking the question, don't make it about yourself. That's about your partner feeling the way because the way life is. Life, as they say. Life just keeps life. So when we come home, we need to have a safe place. And for us, a safe place is where you can communicate and not put ourselves in those situations where we can't say the truth. Because you can't handle the truth.
All right.
Let's look at the second one, right?
Yeah, it says, why don't you ever do anything for me unless I ask?
Now, we all hear that one. You doing everything that you can, and then the person hits you with, but I got to ask you, well, you're getting it done. I can't read your mind. See, that's a response that doesn't get an answer, that doesn't get the problem solved, because that's what we say.
Yeah, but I don't think we do it on purpose, right?
No. It's
Yeah.
just our defensive, the way to protect ourselves, the way to get the admiration that we may need that day. So here is the healthy response.
Okay, the healthy response is I don't ever want you to feel neglected. You know that, boo?
Yes, baby, I know.
I don't ever want you to feel neglected. So, will you tell me the things that mean the most to you so I can get them done without you having to ask me,
Yeah, I'm
okay?
about ready to make that list too today.
Okay, go on, make the list, baby. I want to do everything I can. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now we're going to hit this third one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I more important to you than your work, hobbies, or friends? If you're in a blended family, believe me, your child gonna ask you, is she more important than me? Is he more important than I am? That's that double bind. It's like
Yeah.
whatever I say. And people catch us with that. It's like when a salesman come to your house, right? He want to get in. He says, well, do you want my shoes in or off? Like you only got two choices. Nah, my choice, I don't want you in here, right?
Right.
And that's what they do.
Yep.
So what's a healthy response to that, sweetie boo?
So the healthy response is, you are my priority. I put you before any hobby or interest or friends, but I want to make sure you always feel first, like you come first to me. So,
That's appreciated, babe. Sometimes people out there, they think, why should I have to do that? Why should I have to pour into my mate? They're grown. I got my own problems. See, that's a bad attitude to have. It's like I got my own things going on. So why should I be obligated to they're a grown man or they're a grown woman?
well, you just talked about lifing because you're not lifing by yourself. We're lifing together. So to make life better, we want to be intentional and make sure that we're spending time with each other because that's what got you together. You spend a lot of time with one another.
I agree 100%. So that mindset of why you have to do that for someone that you love, check yourself for a minute. Check yourself because we're going to hear us say this a lot during the podcast today is that we need you as we do to pour into your partner at a minimum of 5 times a day. And what I mean pour into them, don't say I love you. I love you for the way that you take care of our family. I love you for the way that you look at me. I love you for the way that you touch, the way that you make me feel. I'm a grown man now. I'm crease on that switch thing up in there. I like switch back in the day. Old folks know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
Number 4.
Do you think I'm attractive or are you just used to me? I mean, that's kind of like saying, baby, do I look fat in this? Or, I mean, how you going to win with a question like that,
Mind you can't. It's not anything I'm gonna say that's gonna sound right. But that's why we say let's communicate and talk later.
Yeah.
Because in communication, we're gonna use a healthy response. A healthy response would be, you are very attractive, sweetie boo, to me. And I don't ever want you to think in any way or terms that you're not. What can I do to make you feel more attractive and more appreciative?
I think that just that question by itself, what can I do to make you feel more seen and attractive, is because I think you just need to hear that every now and then, just to, or as much as possible, because somebody is always out there trying to get in your Kool-Aid, and you want to make sure that your partner is already filled up with your love and your appreciation. This is what gets a lot of stuff started unnecessarily. Cause
Yes.
go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish, bro.
Because somebody's not feeling appreciated or not seen. I certainly don't want you to feel like that and have somebody else feeding you that when I should be doing that. So I think it's important to hear.
Yeah, I think about when I was single. Yes, I was single at one time. And at one time, I even went to the clubs. And I could always tell the women who were not used to compliments. You say your hair look nice and they get all giddy. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean? Because they're not used to it
Right.
at the job. And knowing that is just one reason why I'm going to make sure that no man or person is going to say something to my wife that she complimentary wise that she hasn't heard from me on a consistent basis. I don't want her to be getting all giddy because somebody says she got nice shoes on or something like that. Because unfortunately for men, that's attack mode. Oh yeah, she ain't nobody taking care of her.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's what we be thinking, boo.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to let you ask this question.
Which number are we on there?
Number 5.
Number 5. You want me to ask more?
Yeah.
Why don't you ever tell me what you really thinking? Now, my wife answer before this learning was, you can't handle the truth.
Some of y'all can relate to that, right? Okay. So you're a little scared to say what you really thinking, cause it might, get a little heated. So
Because it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's
so,
not
sweetie
healthy.
boo,
It's
what is
not-
the healthy response?
So the healthy response is, and you know what? This is really true for me. Sometimes I struggle with expressing myself in words. I'm a writer, so it's easier for me to write things down on what I'm feeling, but I've had to learn how to express myself verbally. So sometimes I struggle with my thoughts, but I really am trying to be more open. And so thank you for asking. Let's just create a safe space to share honestly.
Yeah, and that safe space, a safe space is where you have healthy communications and healthy response. Sometimes we say a safe place, and I heard some psychologists and some people, coaches say, all right, this is a place where you can say anything that you want, and it stays here. Since when? Since when does that really happen?
Yeah.
Once you let it out your mouth, oh, it's parked right up in here. It's
in the
parked in
mind.
my mind.
Yeah.
I ain't forgetting,
Yeah.
right? And I'm start looking at you strange. So what we trying to do here today is you can still say what you want to say. We just want you to say it in a healthy, responsible way to enhance communications between each other.
So what I hear you saying is, just like you can put a negative thought out there or negative words out there, put a healthy, positive, good response so the person can hear that good, positive message more so than that negativity. So that's a way to solve that problem. Yeah.
And one of the examples that we use, or one of the tools that we use to solve problems like that, is the cookie method. And what we mean by the cookie method is, before we start talking and addressing the problem, I'm not going to just come up to my wife and say, see, you did it again. See, you're late. See, I was expecting. She ain't hearing nothing, just anybody. You just go straight in defensive mode. Oh, you calling the kettle black, whatever, how that thing goes. You jump right into that. But if I come to you and say, babe, I really appreciate always you giving me the opportunity to express myself and talk to you. And today I was feeling a certain way when you said so-and-so to me, right? So I made it about myself. But first I started off with a compliment.
Right.
Then I used the I statement, right? And then at the end, we'll leave on a positive note. I appreciate you talking to me. I always feel safe that I can come to you and address some issues.
Right. Yep, that goes over much better. To start positive, get to the point, and end positive.
She was saying much better. She must have had a flashback. Something I used to do. Yeah, that's much better.
Well,
Go to the
we
next
all
one.
can relate. We can all
Okay,
relate.
we can all
you know.
relate.
And the enemy will have you thinking we the only one that's always we going over this over and over and over again. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's why we're giving you tools so we can come a different way. In fact, I was telling my husband, I said, I can just see us having our next intense fellowship and me saying, hold that thought, and coming back with my paper and thumbing through. Okay, here's one. Let me give you a healthy response. That's enough to break up the seriousness of it right there. But hey, I could just see me doing that. Okay, next question, number 6. Do you even notice things I do for this family?
Yeah.
I know some of y'all have heard that,
I go to
right?
work every day. Ain't that enough? I come home and bring my paycheck and wish yours, the woman's side.
Look, I cook every day. I'm doing the laundry. I wash it. I fold it up, and I put it up all by myself. And who be getting all these dishes? I know y'all can relate. I know you can. Hmm. Yeah,
And those responses, hey, they in our head, but they don't solve the problem,
they do
right? They
not
do not
solve
solve
the
the problem.
problem. Yeah.
So, what is a healthy response, sweetie boo?
Well, it's like, I know I may not say it enough, but I do notice and appreciate you. And I always add why I appreciate him. I appreciate the way you handle up on some things. You taking care of my car. Yeah, I bringing that paycheck home. That's real important to me. I just go down the line with what I like, what I appreciate. So, and thank you for all that you do.
And the last part,
I'll make a habit to say it more.
that's what I
He
need to
want to
hear.
make he want to make sure I get that part
Yeah,
in,
everything.
y'all. So, okay, make it a habit to say it more. All right.
And once again, like I said, that goes back into pouring into your partner.
Oh, did
When,
you say it goes both ways?
oh,
Did I hear you say
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay, okay,
it goes
okay.
both
Yeah,
ways.
okay. I was just checking.
All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
Number 7.
Oh, babe, we hear this a lot. Why do you always make me feel like I'm not enough? We hear that a lot from people. We hear that from not only couples, but kids with their parents and workers about their bosses and, making people feel like whatever they're doing, it's not enough. Y'all ain't the only ones. You're not. What's the healthy response to that?
Well, a healthy response to that, I never want you to feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel that, man. It wasn't my intent to feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
You are more than enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to understand by my actions.
Yeah.
I'm going to improve on that by the words that I say,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put action behind it.
Yeah, because I think that it's hurtful when people feel like or made to feel like they're not enough, and we're not intending to hurt anybody by doing that. We're not.
And the thing is about it is not making it about yourself.
Yeah.
Because our response is, well, I didn't mean to be that, do that. That wasn't my intent and all that, because you're looking at yourself to be defensive
Right.
because of that. But if I look at you as a partner, as my helpmate, and part of me, I'm gonna be like, hold up. She could be having some kind of crisis. Something
Yeah.
could have happened at work today.
Yeah.
That's not her regular character.
Yeah.
She just needs me to listen. She just needs me to vent. This is not about me. This is about how she is feeling at this particular time. This is not an everyday thing.
And that's why it's important sometimes too, when you are venting, even to one another, that you make that statement up front,
What
because
statement?
you make the statement that I'm venting. Listen, babe, I'm just venting. I'm not talking about you. I'm not pointing out anybody. I just need to get this off me. This that happened at work, because I'm not expecting you to fix it. I'll figure it out. But sometimes as women, we need to say that, because men are, number one, they're protectors. And so they want to protect you from whatever is going on that's got you upset. And then they want to take care of you, or they want to fix it. So you got to say sometimes, so they don't, you'll be over the situation, they'll still be mad. So you got to say, I'm just venting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as men, we have to understand this the woman that I love and I marry, and I know she got that. I know that got that. Because she got beat. I'm behind her. I got back. So I don't need to fix everything. You know me.
Yeah.
I needed to be there to support, provide, but some things we can't fix.
Yeah.
And give the grace for that person that you love to know that the fact that they're talking to you, they understand that, hey, I'm in a good place where I can let this out.
Yeah.
Where they're not going to be like, well, I wouldn't take that. And you need to be more like this. And you mean, because that'll make the person feel the same way that they felt about venting. All of a sudden, I vent to you, and you tell me I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing this and that.
Yeah.
No, I just need to get this out so it doesn't permeate in my head.
Right.
Because we teach people content, contempt starts in your mind, not releasing things that you feel by using that I statement. You let it in there and you just start, instead of things being factual, you start assuming things.
Yeah. And we are all guilty of doing that. And the more you assume, the more you add stuff to it. And the enemy is the master of putting things in our minds when really we need to just get things out in the open so you can talk about them and get what the truth is. What's the facts in this case? So, yeah.
Here's one that we all experience. Would you rather be with me or someone else who makes you happy?
And why is somebody saying that in the first place? Because somewhere they're feeling like you're not happy with them, and would you be happy with someone else? And sometimes you may not say it, but you feel it and you're thinking it. When the healthy response would be
Because what do we usually say? What are we thinking when someone says that? If I say that to you, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, what did I do? That made you say that. What's happening here that made you say X, Y, and Z about me? That sounds like you're not really happy with me. So,
And once again, when we start conversations like that in our mind, we need to say, hold up.
yeah,
This is not about me. My mate, my partner,
right,
my
right.
all in all is feeling away. So as people of God, we're problem solvers. We don't waddle and stuff. It's like, okay, I hear you. I hear you. Now, how can I give a healthy response to let her know or him know, hey, I'm here because I love you. I'm here because you fulfill me. So we need to say, so the healthy response, and I'll let you read it. You
Yeah,
want to
the
read
healthy
it?
response is to remind them that I chose you.
You chose me.
I chose you,
You chose
and I
me.
still choose you every
I
day.
chose you.
You
Yeah.
chose me, and I accepted that you chose me.
Oh, okay.
I'm still choosing you. I'm choosing you every day.
And then the next thing we went to is let's talk about what will bring us
Yeah,
more joy and togetherness instead of images of someone else.
Yeah.
Let's focus on me and you,
right. Yeah,
because you my all in all, you my sweetie boo.
yeah, we got to
you
figure out
know.
what's good for us and what's going to help us to grow together. Let's do some fun stuff. Sometimes it's as simple as that.
Yeah. As one of my favorite football players said, just let the main thing be the main thing
Okay.
about us.
Okay. Yeah, it's about us.
All right. All right. Number 9. We winding
Number
down.
9.
Number 9.
Oh, Lord.
All right. I guess
If you really knew me,
What? If I really knew you?
if you really knew me
Uh-huh.
after 24 years,
Yeah.
like 24 years of work, if you'd known that up front, would you still want to be married to me?
And like the mind, like, what just in your head? You thinking, what they just say? You know what I mean? What made you in your head?
Yeah.
Remember, I said you keep this stuff in your head, and you come out of your mind and heart with the healthy response.
Now, there's been a time or two that you've asked me that question. Would you still marry me?
Yeah, I'll be feeling some way some days, and I'll be like, look, things ain't going right or something early in our marriage, and I was like, man, I'm not living up to the dream that I told her. Things are just, man, am I really doing the right thing? See, it's really about me and then I project it, and a lot of this is what you're doing. You project it onto your partner, and it's like, wow. And then there's sometimes, I told my wife one of the reasons I love her, and we came together, and I finally got married was a lot of women I would meet, they would like what I do for them. I'm a nice guy. I give them flowers. I'm polite. I'm, the way that you are with your mom and your sisters and brothers. But in my head, I'm like, but do you really know me?
Yeah.
But do you know me? I
Yeah.
know it's my obligation to say, this is who I am. But like with a lot of couples and a lot of people in relationships, they look past that or they start looking at potential. And my thing is over 35 years old, potential gone. With what you see,
Mm-hmm.
that's who they are.
Yeah. And
Good,
sometimes,
good or bad.
yeah.
So potential, you have to be, man, Drill, you don't know nothing about that, boo. That's for my old folks out there. Potential.
Potential. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
You
you
gonna
have to
explain
watch
it to
potential
me?
and accept them for where they are. If
Yeah.
if you're with a woman who is in this certain situation, a man that's in in a certain situation, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you should be happy and want to be where they are. If you're saying, well, when we get together, we can have this and this and this and that. So you think about you. Maybe that person doesn't want this and that. Because we were talking about, in the world will do this to you in a way. If you are a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, they'll
Mm-hmm.
say, why aren't you a nurse? If you're a nurse, why aren't you a doctor? The world will always want you to to strive for more and never be satisfied to do the other things that and gifts that you have
Mm-hmm.
because you're so focused on what the world wants, not what you want.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people go to school, they become this and that, but it's not what they wanted. And
Yeah.
they get satisfied. They was talking about women talk about, or maybe men too. I need someone to make over 100,000, right,
Mm-hmm.
and be ambitious. Well, if I'm a teacher and I'm giving back to my community, and that's what fulfills me and make me
Yeah.
content, and I make $60,000, and then you come around and say that I have no ambition and I'm feeling my life dream,
Mm-hmm.
you have no right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want that, that's good for
Yeah.
you. But see, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm fulfilled.
Yeah.
You're still chasing.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes we're looking at the wrong thing. We should be looking at character,
Mm.
and we should be looking at kindness, and we should be looking at love. We should be looking at things that money can't buy. That this is a person you can depend on. More so, just character instead of characteristics of that deal with finances and deal with things and stuff. What is really the core of that person, and sometimes we put the pressure on ourselves to be all of these other things. We get to thinking about things and stuff and not really looking at the gifts that God has given us that we feel like are not going to make us money or give us clout or cause us to to have position and prestige, but it'll cause us to have peace and be settled within
Yeah, my
ourselves.
prestige is in in my peace. That's what
Yeah,
my prestige is. But
exactly.
just like you was mentioning all that, and just like in your book, "Calling All Marriages,"
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
When you talked about character,
Mm-hmm.
and in your book, the basis is on Corinthians 13th of a person's character of
Yes.
being loving,
Yes. And
kind,
patient. Mm-hmm.
patient. See,
Mm-hmm.
these are not how someone looks. These are his character.
Yeah.
These are the things that will last and sustain in a marriage and in a friendship.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
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 So,
And a lot of time, the thing too that's so that I wanted to really shine forth in the book is the fact that many times when we're looking for a mate, we're looking at what we can get instead of what we can give, because we've got to be giving something to each other in order to be like Christ, because that's what he did. He came here to give instead of get from us.
As a man, as I was looking for, I started looking for my mate and kind of wrote down everything that I wanted, that God said that I should desire in a mate. The one basics that God was telling me, it was later on my relationship with him, that I needed to be in a place to have a helpmate in my life where I was fulfilled and overflowing, as you were saying, being a gift. I had to be in a place where I said, okay, out of the abundance of what the Lord has given me, now I can take a mate. I can't come with a missing piece. Someone today was talking about a puzzle, a piece missing. I need my pieces. I need my picture, my puzzle in place before I go to another person. I can't have a missing piece.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where, when we're right with Christ and in relationship with him, he makes us whole. No person can totally fulfill us because that only comes from him. Yeah. So I get what you're
Yes,
saying.
and whole doesn't mean in wholeness and in righteousness doesn't mean we don't make mistakes and
Right.
things don't happen.
Yeah.
Wholeness means that I know who to go to.
Yes.
Wholeness, I know to go to my Father. That's wholeness. Not that we are perfect or we walk on waters. That's
No.
not wholeness.
Far from
Wholeness
that.
is knowing who my Father is.
Yeah.
We at number
We're about
10.
to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're about
Number
ready to wrap it
10.
up. Do you do you ever care how I feel, or is it always, and I mean always, about you, sweetie boo?
Or you might hear something like, once again, it's about you. So,
You
now,
stay there
wait
for
a
a
minute.
little
You know
minute.
how old folks say, them is fighting words.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get an argument if you start off like that.
And that's the point, that mindset of how we come to person. I know the person that comes is they saying, yeah, it's always about you. You bring them a problem and they say, you too. That's, we have most couples that we counsel, we always hear, them too, him too, she too. They always do that. What's that you call the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife used to say that. I say something wrong. Oh, yeah. You talking about the dishes? Well, you did. And I'm like, boo. Can we just focus? Me, how you eat an elephant one bite at a time?
Yeah.
And we just. Because if you don't use the cookie method, and other methods that we have to help couples, right? When you don't use the tools that are available to you, that's what happens. The person feels attacked and they ask stuff like that. It's always about you. It's because it's the approach.
Yeah, and what's the point of saying it like that? Because then you're not really going to reach a solution when you make statements like that.
And that's the thing about double binds. I mean, if you watch our president, he good for him. He good for him.
Yeah.
Somebody be talking. I mean, he be in a debate, and he'll talk over the person. And he'll say, "Are you talking or I'm talking?" Say what? You just interrupted me.
Yeah,
you
and
know
then
what I mean?
he'll say,
Like there's
are
not
you
a choice.
apologizing?
Yeah, are you
apologizing for interrupting me? So it's like,
narcissists use. So we have to be careful and have the appropriate answers for that. They and just that Jesus had to deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
If you remember in the Bible about the woman, the adulterous woman, I don't know why they call that. Some man must have made that up. But anyway.
Yeah, because it's just the woman in
Yeah, brother
adultery.
ain't did nothing. So,
You know, come on now.
Yeah.
And why they bring her by herself? Where was the man at?
He was in the background looking. That's why Jesus probably was right down there. I see you too, bro.
Okay.
When he right in the sand.
Yeah.
But the point was when they was all around, right? Jesus, the law says stone her. And Jesus looking at these fools like, oh, like you walk on water, like you perfect, right?
Yeah.
But there's no good, they knew it was not a good answer
Yeah.
because the law said he was supposed to stone her.
Yeah.
But Jesus said, nah, y'all really misinterpreting this stuff. So you want to follow the law in his mind? He said, okay, you trying to get me? You without sin? Go ahead and stone her. Go and throw that first stone at her. So they all got up and walked away.
Yep.
See, so there's not an A and B. So sometimes in life we're taught that there's an A or B answer. No, sometimes
Might be a
there
C.
is a C, a D, a E, and F, and that's one of the things that at Calling All Marriages, the tools that we give people who come to us, and in our seminars, here are tools. Find out the tools that work best for you and use them.
Yeah.
And the best part about it, your partner will know that you are using these tools and appreciate it even more. Oh, I see you trying to work it.
Yeah.
I see you got that piece of paper in the end that I heard on the cord too.
'Cause you know
I
me,
see you done pulled it out.
You know I'm going to use my paper. I'm like, wait, hold up. See this part right here? This the kind of healthy response I need right here. You know.
That's right.
I do care deeply about how you feel.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling me. Please share what's on your heart, and I'll listen without defending myself. Because y'all know we love to defend ourselves. We do that before we even get started good.
In our mind. And defense doesn't solve.
It does not.
It doesn't solve. All it does is let the person in war or anything be able to attack you, to be able to keep that onslaught going.
Yeah.
But when you're able to articulate, right, have healthy response, that shuts all of that down. Okay, now we're down to the keys and breaking the double bind. How do you do
Or
it?
the mixed messages.
The mixed messages.
If that's what you want to call it.
Call it what you want.
Call it what you want. Double bind, mixed messages. Hey, same thing.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. The first one always in conversations is to be
Affirmative.
affirmative. I hear
Affirm
you
the
speaking.
person.
I hear you speaking, boo. I hear what you're saying. I feel you. I see you. Because that's what you're saying. I always tell people, because when someone says something to you, that the way that they feel, and you feel you have to defend it, once again, you are not affirming that person or acknowledging that they have feelings. You done step right past that. So I don't have to agree with you say, but I want to be able to acknowledge and affirm, I hear you. I see you. That's valid. Let's talk about it.
Right. And what I hear you saying is that's the first thing that's important, is affirming and acknowledging what they've said. It takes down that defensiveness, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Empathy. Empathy. You want
Yeah.
to talk about empathy?
Putting yourself in that person's shoes, understanding how they feel by putting yourself in that position. When you can empathize and hear what they're saying because you've been there, or you can imagine how this has made them feel, you're able to calm down, so to speak, and really hear what they're saying.
And one of the techniques that we use to help people with empathy is have a board. There are certain things you won't say. When it comes to empathy, like, that's no big deal. How dare you? Just think about it. You just told another person, a feeling, sanctioned human being, a child of God, and you saying, well, that ain't no big deal. You dismissed
Yeah. That it's a
everything
big
about them.
deal.
Then you want to have a healthy conversation with them because you just told them, ain't no big deal. You need to get over that.
Yeah. And it's a great big deal to them.
To them.
Yeah.
Yeah, empathy.
Yeah.
So, and always, and the cookie method, whatever you want to call it, sandwich method, an invitation to dialogue with each other. All of these things cause constant work. I have to prepare a place daily where you feel invited, an invitation, as the young folks say, come sit at my table. This is my marriage. Every day I want to invite my wife into a healthy plate, a healthy place. I want to set the table. And she's doing the same for me.
Right.
So what do we bring to the table? We bring each other. We bring affirmation. We bring empathy. And we bring an invitation to come as you are.
Yeah. And this allows us to shift, make a shift to affirming love,
Yes.
validating emotions, and opening space for solutions. Because what happens so many times, you keep on talking about the problem, and the problem is the problem. We're not trying to keep talking about the problem. We're trying to find a solution.
Amen. All of this that 10 things we know will minimize the struggle by shifting things to affirming love, right? Validating each other's emotion and opening up a space for dialogue. Right. Well, and opening up a space for solutions.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about at Calling All Marriages. We just believe that there's no problems, there's just solutions.
Yeah.
And that's why we came up with that saying, let's communicate and talk later.
Yeah. Because anybody can talk,
Yeah.
but it takes some
Yeah, you
skill.
sure can.
It takes some skill.
Takes some skill.
Well, now they're watching this podcast and they're saying who's doing all the talking. But but yeah, anybody can talk, but it takes skill to communicate, and it takes learning and openness.
Yes, and we're very excited about the things that Calling All Marriages underneath the core two doing. We're about ready to make some changes to our website and to our social media. So look out for that. Be excited. We're about ready to start our giveaway by people commenting underneath our posts and liking our posts. We appreciate that. The more comments, if there's a topic that you would like us to discuss, a problem that you're having, this is free. People pay $150 an hour and above for this type of information. But this is a non-drama place. We're just not going to come on here and say men are this, women are that, and why they do that without solutions. I see the programs because it's part of my job to watch out what's going on TV and in the internet world and all that content. And I see some of them out there. They provide solutions.
Yes.
Then I seen a lot of them out there. It's just drama. Did you hear that girl? Would it say that? I wouldn't take that. That doesn't help us go forward. All that do is spawn more shows like Jerry Springer that'll last for 20 years, or what's that one with the people cheating? Cheaters.
Cheaters.
You know.
Yeah.
I had to stop watching that show. I used to, and I was like, oh, here I am just living in people's misery.
Yeah. But that's what sales, and the world cares more about sales, but this is ministry for us because we want relationships to heal. We want families to be enjoyable, healthy. So you know, it's not about sales or money or you know, readership, viewers, and all that. If you're viewing us, we want you to be viewing us so that you can get help that you need.
Yes. So look forward to, we have 3 book signings coming up, and we'll put the information out there. We have a seminar coming up for singles.
Yeah,
For
that's coming
singles,
soon
right?
in November.
Before you get married. So we have a lot of events coming up. We're excited. We're excited for what God is doing in our lives, right?
Right.
Very excited. We'll be going on vacation soon. We're excited about that.
Need that.
So we want to say God bless in each other. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and liking. But most of all, we want you to remember, let's
Communicate,
and talk
talk
later.
later.
God bless each and every one of them. If nobody tells you today, we love you. Have a great day on
Have a great
purpose.
day on purpose.